So you want to start a business, but the problem is that you have just 20,000 naira and you feel that this money is too small for me to start any reasonable business with it. What am I going to do with it? What kind of business am I going to do that's going to make money? It's just not possible in the Nigeria of today, which is 2025. Well, if that is you, then I want you to watch this video to the very end because today I am bringing you 7 businesses that you can start with just 20,000 naira. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Mercedes. I'm an entrepreneur, a business coach, and a product manager. And on this channel, I help women just like you to start, build, and scale their businesses right from home. Now, let's get into today's video. Before we get into the businesses proper, I want to sound, would I call it a warning to you right before we start? Now, you cannot be broke and proud at the same time. The reason why I'm saying this is if the capital that you have in your hands or in your account, as the case may be, is just 20,000 naira, please just take it that you're broke and you want to start building yourself. You want to start building yourself from the ground all the way up. Now, you cannot be broke and be proud at the same time. So I want you to be very resourceful. I want you to give it your all. There are different ways for you to attack a certain problem, like starting a business. It's either you have enough money for you to throw into it to make it work, or you have enough time. Now, if your capital is just 20,000 naira, it means you do not have enough money. And it means that you must have the time or you must be willing to put in the time to make it work. So I want you to know this at the back of your mind before we even get into it. Number one is popcorn business. Popcorn is a business that you can do like from anywhere. As long as you have a neighborhood, as long as you have children in that neighborhood, as long as you have schools in that neighborhood, then it's a place where popcorn can actually be sold. Now, even if there are no private schools, even if it is government schools, LEA primary schools, government secondary schools, if they are around there, then you can do popcorn business. Remember that we are dealing with just 20,000 naira, right? That means that you cannot afford a popcorn machine unless you already have one. If you have one, all good and fine, it makes your work easier. So it means that what you have to now use your 20,000 naira for is the raw materials that you need. So you buy margarine. A sachet of margarine is about 1,000 to 1,200, depending on the brand that you're buying. You can buy 1 mudu of corn, popping corn. You can buy milk if you intend that, you want to spice up your own popcorn. And it means that you have to be the one to go and do the work yourself because you are working with 20,000 naira as capital. You cannot afford to start out with a staff. You don't need to start popcorn in the morning because the children that are your target audience, they are in school. So school closes depending on the day. In Abuja here, on Fridays, school closes by 12 noon, between 12 and 1 p.m. But on other days, now depending on the class of the child and everything, it will now determine the time brackets. But let me use my children's school as an example. Their school closes at about 1 p.m. for the nursery classes on regular days, Mondays to Thursdays, 1 p.m. and up to high school, because I have a child in high school as well. High school closes around 3:30 p.m. So it means that you need to be ready to start your popcorn production. On a day like Monday to Thursday, you can start your production at about 12 noon and stay there till 4 p.m. so that you capture that market. And on a day like Friday, because of the mosque, we close here on time. By 12 noon, school is closed, 1 p.m. highest. School is closed on Fridays here. So for that day, you can now decide that, okay, I'm going to start my popcorn production around 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m. so that it can be ready for those that are closing at about 12 noon to 1 p.m. I hope you understand the whole thing. So if you also have a child in school, you plan it that it's either you pick them before you start the production or you pick them right after you have produced. Number two business is liquid soap or detergent production. Now, everybody uses liquid soap in their house in one way or the other, or maybe not everybody, but the larger population of people, the larger population of homes that are managed by women, we use liquid soap, whether it is for washing dishes or even for washing clothes. What you need to do is for you to go to the nearest market to you, like a proper market. I don't mean like roadside markets, a proper market to you. In Abuja, you can go to a market like Duse Alaji. You can go to Wuse Market, Gariki Market, Utako Market, Wuye Market. Once you get into the market, ask anybody that you see inside the market that they should direct you to chemical stores that shops that sells chemical, okay? Now, when you get to the shop, if it is for liquid soap, for instance, you just need to tell them. You don't even need to know the ingredients, okay? You just go and tell them that you want to produce liquid soap. Those people are very generous with, advice and all that. Tell them the quantity of liquid soap that you want to produce. If it is like 20 liters that you want to produce, you tell them, okay, I want to produce 20 liters. And they will bring out all the ingredients that you will use. Do you know that to produce 20 liters or 25 liters of liquid soap, that you'll be spending about 7,000 naira to buy the raw materials for you to produce 25 liters of liquid soap? You're going to be spending nothing more. You cannot spend more than 7,000 naira. Let's say the cost of the raw material is 7,000 naira and you spent your transport. Now, if you're living in a particular location, there's no need for you to travel far. The ingredients for liquid soap, and the same people selling liquid soap sell detergents. The ingredients for these things is not something that you need to travel far. Like every single market has it. So let's say you're not in Abuja, for example, and maybe let's say you're in Port Harcourt. You can go to Mile 3 market, you can go to Mile 1 market, you can go to Eleme market, so that you're not spending a lot of transport. Remember that you're working with 20,000 naira, right? They are going to give you all the ingredients. And the good thing is that they are going to label it. They'll put the name of the particular ingredient and they'll tell you which step it is. So they'll tell you like, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, in the accordance in which you're going to add it to the production process, and then you add water to it. So the remaining money is going to be money that you're going to use for your packaging, like you buy bottle or you print label. So you have to now do the work afterwards and, walk up to your neighbors, walk up to schools, walk up to hospitals and present yourself that, oh, I sell this liquid soap, and make sure that you give them at a competitive price because, they are already popular brands and you are trying to get your own customers. So that is how you're going to do it for this liquid soap. Same thing for detergent. Number 3 is chin chin, puff puff, things that are used for like small chops. So remember that all of these 7 businesses will not apply to you as a person. I want you to look at the 7 businesses and choose which one is more suitable to you, which one that you can do, which one your strengths, which ones you prefer. Okay. So there's chin chin, there's puff puff, and all those things that are used for small chops. Or you can even leave spring roll, samosa, because those ones now are getting expensive since you're working with 20,000 naira. But you can do puff puff. Do you know how much puff puff is going for now? Like retail price for puff puff. I'm buying puff puff currently. It depends on where I buy it from. There's one store that when I buy it for 100 naira. This lady, she just brings out a small show glass. She started with bucket, like plastic bucket. I'm going to put the picture here. She started with bucket. When she will fry the puff puff, she'll put it inside the bucket and then she will sell from there. Gradually, she made enough money and she was able to now buy a show glass, and then she changed it from bucket to show glass. So you too, if you don't have show glass, it's not an excuse. Start with bucket. She sells her own puff puff for 100 naira. When I started buying puff puff from her, she was selling it for 50 naira each. But currently, as at today, October 2025, she's selling that puff puff for 100 naira. But for some reason, because the road passing her house is very bad and is now somehow off my route. Okay, I really don't pass there when I'm running errands and doing school runs because the road is quite bad. So I now pass another road that is tarred, and I'm a big fan of puff puff. So after I missed eating puff puff for a while, there's a supermarket that I do, shopping around the house and all that. I see that they sell snacks. In fact, I've bought meat pies from them a couple of times. I've bought donuts for my kids as well from there. But for some reason, I didn't even know that these people have puff puff there. Oh. I didn't know that they sell puff puff there. So it was just last week. I was like, me, I cannot pass that bad road oh, just because I want to buy puff puff. So let me just ask this supermarket. And I asked them, do you guys sell puff puff here? And they said yes. And guess what? Even in the supermarket, they have show glass. So they have big show glass that they put the meat pie and the other snacks that they sell. But the puff puff is inside bucket. Yes, in a supermarket, the puff puff is inside bucket. And I bought their own puff puff, and it turns out that their own puff puff is 150 naira per ball. So I ended up buying 10 balls for 1,500 for I and my kids. I noticed that their own puff puff is way bigger than this woman's puff puff of 100 naira. So it kind of evened out. Like her own puff puff is, it's sizable. It's not like her own is too small. It's sizable for 100 naira. And then these people now went an extra mile to add a little quantity to their own size. They now sell it for 150 naira. You cannot price your own puff puff between 100 naira, 150 naira per ball. One mudu of flour is 1,800. That's what I'm currently buying in Abuja. You're going to buy sugar, you're going to buy salt, depending if you want to add pepper to your own. The woman that sells at 100 naira, she adds pepper, but the supermarket does not add pepper. Both of them are nice. You now buy vegetable oil, or if you want to use groundnut oil, that is the real groundnut oil extracted from groundnut, you can use that as well. Use it in frying your own puff puff and you sell it. By the time you finish frying a full mudu of flour, I'm not sure. I've not done puff puff at home recently, so I don't know the yield. I don't know how many balls you're going to end up with. But for them to be doing it, it means that they are profitable. So yes, with 20,000 naira, you can start puff puff business. You can also start chin chin, which is the same flour, 1,008 per mudu, sugar, margarine, stuff like that. And then for chin chin, you will now have to buy those small, small transparent leather that they use that has like a glue mouth, and you just use in gluing it together and then you sell it. You can even do peanut burger, that is coated peanuts. These are just small small things that you can do, like small chops. People can just buy these things around, and they just eat it. Maybe food is not ready, or they just feel like snacking on something, putting it in their child's lunch box or something. So yes, this is an exciting one. Number 4 is fry. So in this category, I'm talking about akara, potatoes, sweet potatoes, yam, fried yam. So you can do akara. Now, if you are in this category of 20,000 naira, you need to take shame out of your head. You need to take shame, like forget about that kind of thing, and know that you are here for survival. These are businesses that if you're broke, or if you're a student, you're just trying to start up in your school environment, people are going to buy from you. All of these things I'm mentioning now, people are going to buy it from you in your school environment, in your neighborhood. So whoever it is that you are, and you know that 20,000 naira is all you have for capital, then pick one of these and start immediately. So fries, akara, yams, sweet potato. So you fry it, you make a little sauce by the side, and then you use it in serving people, depending on where you live. Okay. In Abuja here, they don't really serve fries with stew. So mostly what they do is that they sell the fries with dry pepper. I'm not a big fan of that, they are dry pepper. But In other places like Port Harcourt, when I was living in Port Harcourt, they would sell the fries with stew on the side for you. They'll sell it with stew on the side so that you can dip into it. And I also noticed something in Abuja here. Those that are doing fries, they also serve pap on the side. That's cocoa, akamu. They serve pap on the side, and then you will see all of these bike men, workers, laborers and all that. They would come sit down there in the morning and in the evenings, and they will eat the fries, eat the pap, and then they will just go to work or go home from there, as the case may be. So this is a fantastic one. For yam, it is not expensive to start out. I know that I buy a set of yams for 14,000. That's 5 yams in a set for 14,000 naira. So even if you want to start with 2 tubers of yam, you can vote out 5K to buy yam or 8K to buy yam. You can buy a full basket of sweet potatoes. That's about 3,000, 3,500. You buy your vegetable oil, you buy tomatoes, and you make the sauce and you serve. Number 5 business is going to be thrift business. So I'm talking about okrika here. You would need to pick a niche. You can't do all because you are working with 20,000 naira. I remember my sister used to tease me that I used to like carry my eyes to the market. Like even when I'm picking clothes from thrifts, I know how to pick the best. If this is your forte as well, you have eyes for good stuff. So you can take this your 20,000 naira and you go to markets that are in your own city and pick out these clothes. You don't have enough money to buy a full bill yet. So you need to go on market days when the people who buy the bills are cutting open their bills. Or after they have cut it open, and some people, because the moment they cut it open, it's going to be very expensive. So it depends on how you want to share it. But for me, if you go when they cut open the bills, you can pick the best. So imagine that you pick at 3,000 naira, 2,000 naira, very clean clothings, whether it is for children or for adults, corporate wears, and or you decide that okay, I want to do shoes, I want to do children's shoes. You start with one first and then you grow from there. You buy it, then you need to walk around your neighborhood. Tell people, I sell this. So tell your neighbors, I'm selling clothes. So please, people should come and buy from me. Remove shame from your eye. Tell people, come and buy from me. I'm selling this. You have WhatsApp. For you to be watching this video, it means that you have access to internet. You have a phone. Post it on WhatsApp status. As you are posting it, be putting prices, put the size. Don't be stressing people. You are trying to gather your customers. Don't stress people. I remember vividly one lady that I used to buy some clothes from. She also sells thrift. So once in a while, I patronize her. I'll be viewing her WhatsApp status and I was wondering why she was not putting prices. You're selling these things. I need to ask you every time, how much is it? What's the size? Can you just put the details? If this clothing is stretchy, put it that it's stretchy. If it is pure cotton, put it that it is cotton. If it, whatever it is, just put it there. And I would now go the extra mile to send her a message replying to her WhatsApp status to ask her that, okay, how much is it? Is this dress stretchy? She was very reluctant to answer me. So I just decided that, okay, we're not meant for each other. I'm not meant to be patronizing her. Okay. So you do not be that kind of person. You build your business and you'll be amazed. Before you know it, in a few months, if you are diligent, in a few months, I promise you that you will be able to afford a bill of about 450,000 naira, 600,000 naira. So choose a niche in Okrika and start. Number 6 is Zobo. Zobo drink. Whether we are in dry season or we are in rainy season, Zobo drink is always going to thrive because this is, first of all, a healthy drink, and then it just helps people that to quench their thirst. You're going to sell more in the dry season, but doesn't mean you're not going to sell in rainy season or any season at all. It's a very, very versatile drink. So I want you to go into Zobo drink if that is what you can do. And this one is very, very simple as well. You can watch a couple YouTube videos if you do not have absolutely any idea on how to go about uh, preparing Zobo. One mudu of Zobo, I can't remember the last time I bought in mudu. So I'm not very sure, but it shouldn't be more than 2,000 naira for a mudu of Zobo. And then you buy the ingredients for it. You buy ginger, you buy the cloves, you buy, things that you want to put inside it. And then you buy bottles. Buy bottles. If you don't want to, it depends on who you're actually targeting. Because if I'm the one doing Zobo drinks, trust me, my target audience is going to be like office people. So lunchtime, 12 noon, 1 p.m., I'll walk into offices, walk into banks and tell people that, okay, I'm selling Zobo. So packaging your drinks in new bottles is going to position you properly. But if you feel that, okay, my own target audience is not those kind of people, I want to just sell on the road, then you can decide to maybe buy these bottles that are picked. But I'm really not a fan of those used bottles. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. And buying bottles is really not that expensive. So you can buy bottles and package your Zobo drink. You can decide to even start without labeling. If you use new bottles and you do not label it, it's still going to be presentable, because I mean, these are brand new bottles that the person drinking knows that I'm the first person to drink from this bottle. So it gives them this kind of security of a healthy drink. Okay. So you boil your Zobo in your house, in your kitchen. You boil your Zobo, allow it to cool down, and then you package them, bottle them, and then you go around and sell your Zobo. You tell your neighbors. I'm sure your neighbors would have children going to school. They can put the Zobo inside their lunch box for them. Number 7 business is pap business. So production of pap. Now, you can make pap in different combinations. You can do plain yellow corn pap, you can do the mixed pap, that's you do different grains in it. You can add spices to your pap, and you can just do pap and sell. So a mudu of corn is about 1,001 or 1,200. A mudu of millet and guinea corn is about 1,300 thereabouts. And you will just soak your pap, do the regular pap process, soak it to ferment it, and then you grind it. Make sure you are doing this in a very, very hygienic environment. You can now decide to start selling your pap on your WhatsApp status. Like, you can put this pap in small bowls like this. There are some stores. Okay, I know Chicken Republic, when they are selling their moi moi, they put it in these small transparent bowls that are round. If I see a picture, I'm going to put it here. So they put it in these small plastic containers. You can decide to pack your paps like that. Make it very decent. You don't even need a label to start with. Make it very decent. You can decide to do the pap as fresh. You can decide to do it as dry pap. And of course, if you know my business, one of our products is pap. We majorly do dry pap because I didn't want us having to deal with storage, cold storage issues, and all of that. But since you're starting with 20,000 naira, you probably have a refrigerator in your home that you're already using. So if you do, then you can store this your pap in the fridge. Key thing for you to note to make this your fresh pap to last longer, even in your fridge, because even in the fridge, the pap can go bad. Make sure that after you have ground your pap and filtered off the sieve, ensure that when you let the water settle, you turn off the top water after a day, that pap residue at the bottom of the bucket, when you turn it into the pap bag, ensure that you place weight on top of it. So you can use something heavy like your mortar, place it on top of it, and make sure that it stays for a longer period of time. Don't just leave it overnight. because overnight it will still have some water residue. I'm giving you a serious tip here. It helps me in my own business. So we leave it for a minimum of 48 hours inside the bag. That way, all the water is completely dry. You know, it is water that makes food to spoil. It's water that contributes to food spoilage. So you want to get most of the water out when it is in the bag. Then you now pack it in however you want to pack it, those plates or takeaway plates. You can use all of that. So pap business is another one. You can start with one variant of pap, one type of mix before you grow your business and get to, having multiple ones. And trust me, if you're diligent, you're going to get through this. And I have a bonus business. I have a bonus business for you who stay till the end. All right. That bonus business is jewelry business. Now take a look at this earring that I have on. I bought this earring from a mall here in Abuja, a very big mall here in Abuja. And guess how much I bought this earring? I can't really remember, but it was 3,000 something. I bought this earring for 3,000 something. And if you know malls, if you know businesses in malls, you will know that for them to make sales, they would have to have added, they had done their costing and added the, I hope my mic is still working. They have done their costing and added the cost of their rent and everything inside and then share it among their products in the store. So I was really shocked to get this for about 3,538 thereabout. It wasn't up to 4,000 naira. So go to major markets. If you are in Abuja, go to Wuse Market. This is not gold. This is not gold. Of course, if you know that if you're getting the gold version of this, then you're going to be spending about 300,000 naira and you don't have that kind of capital. You want to maximize your 20K. Go to Wuse Market. You're going to go to the jewelry line. And when you get there, you're asking them for this type of stuff. It's not gold. I don't know what they call it. I think they call it I can't remember what they call it now because I'm really not in the jewelry business and all that. So if you know what it is called, please leave it in the comments for somebody else who needs help. And if you also know markets that people can go and buy things like this to sell. So I want to believe that it's possible to get things like this for 1,000 naira and then you come and resell. So imagine that you're posting this, you're taking pictures, you're showing off your earrings, you're doing videos, you're showing off your earrings, and you're showing different styles, fashionistas, baddies, people who love to look good, mommies that want to go for school runs and look sweet. They will reach out to you and they will buy. So imagine that you're buying this for 1,000 naira, and when you go, you buy like 18 pieces because you have 20K. You have to take out your transportation. So you go and you buy 18 pieces of this. And then you come back home and then you price your own at, let's say, 3,000 naira. I want to do a quick calculation now. If you do 18 pieces, if you sell 18 pieces at 3,000 naira, you have 54,000 naira from the 20K that you went to market with. Now you take out 2K again as your transport, you go back to the market and buy jewelry worth of 50K again at 11K. You come back and you sell it again. There's no reason for you to think that you cannot maximize your money. And that is the reason why you need to stick to this channel, because I always drop gems like this every single week. So now these are 7 simple businesses that you can start with 20,000 naira as a student or as a mom in Nigeria. Or will I say 8? It's actually 7, but I decided to give a bonus business. You do not wait for perfect conditions. You don't need to wait for everything to be perfect for you to have the perfect capital for you to start. Because if you wait for that, you're never going to start. So I want you to start small, stay consistent, and grow your business. Be very, very diligent. I hope that this business has helped one or two persons out there, because I'll be so happy. It doesn't need to help 10,000 people, just one person that is helped by these business ideas, and I'll be happy to hear back from you. Now, thank you so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.